We'll introduce Brother Dick Gregory after a short statement. We'll move with the show. Let's give him a hand.
Quiet, please. I would now like to introduce a man who has been involved in this struggle since the struggle began. I would like to introduce the next mayor of Chicago, Mr. Dick Gregory. Thank you very much. The only reason we're doing this way is because James Brown should be saved for last. But James Brown has an engagement in Cincinnati. He jumped on his own jet and flew in. He's going to perform for you tonight, and he's going back to Cincinnati to perform for the folks and take them the message. So right now we say it's showtime, and let's have a nice round of applause for the wonderful one that you'll hear more about later, great James Meredith.
Thank you. I don't think I have to say that we should all be proud that James Brown flew his jet down here. And I won't take your time. We're going to let you enjoy James Brown. I want to present Mr. Nat Jones, the music director for James Brown.
Hello, how's everybody? We're anxious, very glad to be in Jackson, Mississippi this evening. We had a most dynamic show lined up for you. Also, but due to technical difficulties, the amplifiers are not here that were supposed to have been rented. So we're gonna do the best we can since we are with you and you're with us. So without further ado, as soon as the hardest working man in show business appears, Mr. Dynamite James Brown, we're gonna get into a short thing, and I hope you will get some deep meaning from it, in that our sound is a depressive sound. So without further ado, let's all get together and have a big applause for Soul Brother number one, the hardest working man in show business, Mr. Dynamite.
So everybody try to enjoy the show, okay? Papa's got a brand new bag. Papa, we're doing the thing. You're doing the feel good. Feel good. I knew that I wouldn't so good. I got you. I feel nice. The sugar is fine. Feel nice. The sugar is fine. So nice. So nice. I got you. Hey. Do me no harm. I feel nice. Sugar is fine. Feel nice. Sugar is fine. So nice. So nice. I got you. Hey. Do me no harm. I feel nice. Sugar is fine. Feel nice. Sugar is fine. So nice. So nice. I got you. I feel good. That I wouldn't die. Feel good. I knew that I would. So good. So good. I got you. So good, so good, I got you. So good, I got you. make everything he can, but a woman makes a better man. Don't worry about the motion of the ocean, but just be there, baby, when I take a notion. A man needs a woman. A man got to have a woman. There's one more thing I want to say right here. I want everybody, you might give out, but don't give up. A man needs a woman. You might give out. You might give out. But don't give up now. Now. Please.
Can we have your attention? Can we have your attention? We're not going to continue the show until you get quiet.
Pay back a favor to a great man. Sammy Davis Jr. 2 years ago in Chicago told me in his dressing room after a performance of how much agony he had suffered because I was in the audience and the security people had told him not to introduce me. I thought Sammy was just giving me a line. But the very fact that Sammy is here, as he's always been here when there was a cause involved, I think is the proof itself that Sammy Davis Jr. is not only the greatest television, movie, and singing star in this country, but also one of the greatest of Americans. I want to present to you my friend, Sammy Davis Jr.
And I want to apologize to Sammy. And Sammy, this is a heck of a crowd out there. Yes, sir. And the only reason there's not more is because the Mississippi State Police is outside stopping people from getting in. But they're going to get here. And I just want you to know that the reason that you can't see folks all the way back there to where the sky meets the ground is because Mississippi's trying to do something to us, but they ain't gonna overcome.
I would just like to say that it is a gas to be here. I am honored. I am thrilled to be here on this occasion, and I'm glad to say some words. I'm glad to see the television cameras are on because they took me off. You know I'm glad to be here for many reasons. If there is anyone here, I certainly would like... Well, if you play piano, honey, come on up. Keep your arm up and duck. Well, then, I tell you what. Can I sing one song without any music? This is gas. I ain't never sung in Mississippi. What kind of fool am I who never fell in love? It seems that I'm the only one that I have been thinking of. What kind of man is this that could not see what could be seen by almost everyone but me? What kind of lips are these that lied with every kiss, that whispered empty words of love, that left me alone like this? Why can't I fall in love till I don't give a damn? And maybe then I'll know what kind of fool. Oh, let me do one if I can just get somebody to keep some time for me. About here. I don't believe in fretting and grieving. Why mess around with strife? Sounds corny and seedy, but yes indeedy. Give me the simple life. Some folks find it pleasant dining on pheasant. Those things roll off my knife. I sounds corny and seedy, but yes indeedy. Give me the simple life. Now country home is all I ask for. Not nothing that's spacious and wide. Something simple and gassy and comfortable with the folks that I love inside. Now you can take the high road, I'll take the low road, free from the cares and strife. It sounds corny and seedy, but yes indeed, give me the simple life. Skip it, finding on pheasant, those things roll off my knife. Why you take the high road, I'll take the low road, but give me the simple life. The do 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 do. Yeah. I'm gonna be right here.
Hey, you know, I didn't come this far. I want to tell you something. Is everybody sitting down? Can everybody? All right, right here. Let's. All right, brother. You sit down, and we'll get them down. You know, see, Sammy is an honorary Mississippian. 2 years ago, now we're not going to try to out-talk you. 2 years ago, we decided to have Christmas for Mississippi, and about 3 weeks before Christmas, we needed something like $150,000. Right. And we could think of one name that could raise that, get them turkeys. So I called Sammy and I said, Sammy, there's a lot of brothers and sisters in Mississippi that never had a turkey. He said, well, I can't believe that. I said, well, hell, I make good money and I just eat turkey twice a year, Christmas and Thanksgiving. And then I didn't halfway believe that it was some people that had never had a turkey until we brought those turkeys down here. And a woman walked up and hugged me in Clarksdale, Mississippi, and said, Mr. Gregory, would you please tell Mr. Sammy Davis Jr. that I sure thank him for the first turkey I ever had in my life, and when I fry this tomorrow, I'm sure going to pray for him. Turkey, and she called Sammy Davis, and she said, y'all came down here and gave me a turkey, and I ain't got no stove to cook it on. So Sammy called me and said, shall we fly down a stove? And I said, hell no, just call her back and tell her to find a Ku Klux Klan rally and roast it on the cross. We should have said Sammy and his friends. But I wanted to introduce him again so we can all say thanks to Sammy for Christmas for Mississippi. Sammy Davis.
I would like to let you know that out of where they make the movies and everything, there are some people who have supported our cause. pretty good. And when needed, they were able to give the commitment true meaning by being there when needed. I am proud to introduce one of such gentlemen who is with us, who flew down with me. He's a great actor. You've seen him on the screen and all of that and in television. But I'd like for him to say a few words. He can't sing and can't dance, but he is here with us. I would like for you to have a big round of applause for Mr. Anthony Franciosa.
For Sammy's edification, I don't hum either. I just have a few things to say. That I am deeply moved to be here, and deeply honored to be here. I've been asked many, many times, and I was asked at the airport in Los Angeles why I'm coming here. And I'm always shocked and surprised whenever I'm asked that question as to going to a cause that as profoundly moving as this one in our country. And I only have a simple answer for it. The answer is that I'm a citizen of the United States. I believe in this. I believe in the rights of every person to enjoy their rights in America.
Hope so. If y'all ever march on me, I ain't gonna throw no tear gas on you. I'm gonna pray for you. And I'm not gonna let you know what I prayed for. And anytime anything happened to you, I'm gonna call you. You see, my prayer was answered today. So y'all kind of sit down there. I mean, y'all really got to sit down, because if you don't, there's nothing we can do about it. Not that crowd. So we have a message here. First, Miss Norma Wagner from Rochester. Would you please call home? They said it's call home. We are gonna bring Sammy back again. You know, I was so thrilled when I read in the paper about Sammy's television show when we first got it, because I knew the way we've been out here demonstrating, one of those networks was going to be forced to hire a colored cat. But what really surprised me is when they picked an ex-Negro. That's a heck of a compliment, baby, when the networks got to find a colored cat, and the only cat they can get with the talent is my brother here. And Sammy, I want to thank you for the many nights of entertainment. Well, I don't have to tell you many times I caught you. I read in the paper where you said you was kind of nervous to come down here. Well, you wasn't nervous by yourself. Because when James Meredith announced he was coming down here and march through Mississippi by himself, the first thing I thought about is, man, that's like trying to make love to a gorilla. And you think you was scared. At least you showed up. If I could tell you how many times I told him I was coming down, and as close as I got was St. Louis. Because my nerves kind of got, well, y'all know what I'm talking about. You did. And I'm still scared. And I'm going to be scared till I leave here. And I was telling all my friends that was coming down from Chicago, I said, if y'all going down to Mississippi this weekend, you better brush up on your Uncle Tom lessons. You see, let me tell you, now we got a lot of people here from up north, so they know what's happening. Let me tell you folks that never been up that way, up there we kind of put Uncle Tom in down, where it's safe. But baby, had it not been for Uncle Tom, there's been a whole lots of times I never would have made it back. tried to get a cat to come down here with me. He was now you white folks might not understand what I'm fixing to talk about, but in every Negro community, we have what you call a mean Negro. Now that don't mean nothing to white folks, because all you got to do to be a mean colored cat is just cut up a whole lot of colored folks on the weekend. And this friend of mine in Chicago, he's so mean, he cuts up so much folks, and he's so vicious, he got so now he just go to a tavern, call the ambulance, and they sit out in front of the joint and wait for 2 hours till he decide who he gonna cook. So I asked him one day, I said, man, aren't you ashamed of the switchblade? White folks talking about all those cast switch. Aren't you ashamed? He said, hell no, I'm not ashamed. I said, why you cast switchblade? He said, because white folks don't sell me no gun. And if they didn't sell me no switchblade, I'd get a mop handle. So when everybody announced they was coming in, and I knew I had to come in, and I was going to come in right this time, so I went and got my friend. Now, I don't have to tell you folks from out of town, because y'all know there's a whole lots of people supposed to be here that didn't show. Man, when we announced in Chicago, we was taking a busload of folks down, cats started burning up their NAACP car. Now, you don't call that draft dodging, that's death dodging. So after all my friends burn up their thing, I said, I'm going back and get this vicious cat. Oh, LZ. LZ ain't scared of nothing, baby. I mean LZ's the type of cat that if a Mississippi sheriff walked up to him with one bowl of fire, he said, what's it selling for, boy? Bring me 2 bowls and he'll tip the cat $100. So I went and got LZ. I said, let's go down to Mississippi, baby. Help the folks. And we decided to take the slow way down, because I looked at him and told his nerves was a little bit upset. So we got on the Greyhound bus with a driver that had a bad foot. And old LZ started getting scared when the driver said, we're going to Mississippi for the march, and the old hound jumped off. You ain't never hurt nobody but colored folks. Now, if you're supposed to be bad, come on down to Mississippi. And OLZ say, all right. So now we sitting on the gray bus, because the hound ain't on, right? And so I look at LZ, and I nudge him, and I said, baby, you got to know how to tom. Oh, he slapped. You just insulted me, gonna tell me to tom. I said, well, I'm sorry, baby. I just thought you wanted to make it back. He said, boy, and that really upset me when a colored cat called me boy. He said, I wouldn't Uncle Tom for God. I said, where we going? We ain't gonna find God. So for the next 5 hours, he's
After 20 days and some 200 miles, the march which James Meredith began at Memphis is stopping here. Try it again, sorry. After 20 days and some 200 miles, the march which James Meredith began in Memphis has arrived at Tougaloo College, some 8 miles north of Jackson, the final destination. The college is a private one. Highway patrolmen and county police are not here. They are outside regulating traffic. The FBI does have some observers in this crowd of some 8,000, and protection is provided by the Deacons for Defense, who this afternoon were cleaning their rifles under the trees. Sammy Davis Jr., Burt Lancaster, Marlon Brando, Anthony Franciosa, Dick Gregory are standing in for Dr. King, Stokely Carmichael, and other march leaders. This is a night of entertainment only.
He walked over, and this vicious cat that I used to know, he was so meek and humble, they put him in jail for being queer. custody don't leave nobody now but me and my wife. And I told him. Yeah, I had you talking about Tommy? Old sheriff pulled up next to the march and he said, "Come in, nigga." And I said, "Buh, buh, 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 buh. And when I got to my last bug, we marched 30 miles. And when I got through, the sheriff was saying, "Ba ba ba ba, ba 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 ba." It hit him, so he shoot me. So I told him, I said, "Look, what's wrong with you?" He said, "Well, you kinky head, black face, wide nose, thick lips, son of a..." I said, "Man, why don't you tell me something I don't know about?" He said, "You mean I didn't make you mad talking about your kinky hair?" He said, "How you gonna make me mad talking about my kinky hair?"
America. Now that sounds a little extravagant and perhaps a little theatrical to say, but it's a fact. It's a fact that if Medgar Evers, if James Meredith, Dr. King, anybody had faced the danger that they have faced all through the South in trying to do not something special, thank you.
That was a mistake.
And not trying to do something special in the way of living up to the ideals that we all, because it just isn't done. You all kind of accept each other's involvement in this thing as a matter of course, and you say, well, you know, we all got to do it. It's nothing extraordinary to you, but it is something extremely unusual in the whole world. This is a very special movement. The leaders that come out of this movement, all the citizens that have come out of this experience, will be able to contribute something enormously to a concept of life. You will be able to teach white people something that they have no idea of, primarily because you know what suffering is. You really know it. It's embarrassing for me to talk about. I don't belong here.
Yes, you do.
In the sense that when I say in front of the microphone, a lot of fuss and bother is made about movie stars and all that, and one gets their pictures taken, but really it's not fitting that I should stand here. It's fitting that I should stand there and that you should stand here. I'm really proud and inspired to be here tonight and to always have in my mind that there are people such as you who are fighting not only for your lives and for your families, but for an ideal that transcends the movement. And it's an inspiration to every American, whether he likes it or not, whether he's white or not. It touches them. And even the police that are attending this broadcast or on the periphery, little by little, the increments of your behavior affects these policemen. Don't forget it. It affects them. It affects us all, really rather deeply. There are many people who wanted to come here tonight, many who couldn't come, many who didn't know how to get here, many who felt entirely sympathetic, many who were frankly afraid. But that doesn't mean that their hearts aren't with you. It really doesn't mean that. There was something to prevent them. And I can't think of an occasion where I would feel genuinely more honored and inspired, and a people that I would more prefer to be with. I feel that you all are an important segment in American life, in that you really are the creative political force in America. Nobody else is that.
Right.
Well, listen, don't forget that everything you do is watched and heard, and even if people don't react overtly, they see it on the television. They feel it in their hearts. They go to the kitchen to get a beer, and while they're opening the beer can, they think about it. And you've taught us all something. You've taught us all something extremely important, and it has to be known, it has to be publicized, and I'm very glad to be a part of it, and I'm sorry that I have to be up here saying this to you. I would much rather be down there listening to all your views, because I have a great deal to learn like any white man. I don't know what it's like to be here. It's another country to be here. I want to hear it from you. All right, baby. I'm with you all. As long as there's trouble, I hope I can be a part, and I'll be there anytime I can. It's a great honor to be here, and thanks very much.
All right.
Thank you, brother. See, I want to tell you one thing, though, brother. You said no white man knows what it is to be here. Well, as scared as I was, I guess I must be something else. I was marching down that highway today, and I was trying to say we shall overcome, and I was saying we shall overrun anything getting out. And I mean, I was nervous. And Sammy, when you get through, I'd like for you to kind of get with me and teach me some acting lessons, because I just finished doing a movie, which was a heck of a movie. And I really want to be ready for this next one. The name of the movie that I just finished is called...
Because I don't speak loud anyway. You know why I don't speak loud?
Why?
When I was small, see, I was loud. My mama used to tell me all the time, colored folk are always loud, so I stopped being loud.
But you're still colored folk. Okay.
Don't ask about tonight, because I hate to say that. About last night. Yeah, I knew that's what you're going to do. All right, go ahead.
Got to.
All right.
Mr. Carmichael, why were the tents not pitched the second time and the confrontation avoided?
There was a decision made. Tents were not pitched. The decision...
When I told him that, I called up the police chief out in San Francisco and said, hey, baby, the Chinese start having their little thing. I said, tell the police, don't sick them dogs on them. If we put these dogs on anybody that's riding, I said, they don't never put them dogs on some cats that got something like 688 million cousins in Red China. Because if them cats in Red China ever start singing, we shall overcome, they're going to do it. A lot of people been asking me about how I happened to end up in jail up on the Indian reservation. Man, that's the weirdest thing in the world. A friend of mine called me and said, you know, it's an Indian reservation about 5 miles from here. I said, really? Let's go up one night about midnight to check out some happenings. The rest of you squares just suffer. So we got up on the Indian reservation about 2 minutes after 12 in a big, tall Indian cat jumped out on me with a switchblade tomahawk. And said, Black power. When the Indians say black power, baby, he talking about all in the ground. So I kind of tipped my hand on his switchblade tomahawk, and I told him, I said, cool it, baby. What's wrong with you? He said, white man kill buffalo, white man break treaty, white man take brother, white man take woman. I said, cool it, baby, I'm with you. So he said, prove it. So I proved it to her. I said, now you can't whip this cat. You got to lay one of them ends on him like we've been doing. He said, what do you mean an end? I said, march in, sit in. I said, we don't march, we don't sit. I said, but you fish. So we had a fish in, baby, and I had a ball. I was laying out there fishing with this cat. And you talking about, that's the best demonstration I've been in my life. You don't have to be singing. Your feet ain't hurting you. Just laying back there and really don't make too much difference if you catch something. I was laying back there on the bank in the cool of the evening, sipping my Indian drink, which was, I ain't gonna tell you. I was telling the Indian dirty jokes about Governor Wallace, and they was telling me dirty jokes about General Custer. And you know, a lot of people been asking me, they said, Greg, will the Indians ever overcome? I said, yeah, baby, they got a lot of strong leadership up there on the reservation. Yeah, I talked to them. Dr. Martin Luther, Young Eagle, Adam Clayton Light Cloud. Oh, they into something, baby. I don't know when I'm going back. Y'all scared me so bad down here. You talking about some heavy time? Let me tell you, the first time I came to Mississippi, oh, Gee, I tell you, first time I came to Mississippi, oh, I'm gonna tell you, like, you know when I was down there in Greenwood, Mississippi, and Tommy, because Uncle Tomism ain't nothing but finesse. And the cat got in behind me. Hey, we'd like to say thank you very much, Rayford. Can you hear over here now? All right. I would like to introduce Mrs. James Meredith. Let's try and applause. Mother. James Meredith's mother is here, and I'd like to say thank you so much. And I know how James is. I'm involved with a lie now. The truth and the lie. What I'm fixing to tell you is part truth and part lie. The truth part is tonight happens to be James Meredith's birthday. The lie is, he told me he's just 33 years old. Now, it seemed like I was hearing about James Meredith in Ole Miss when I was in grade school. No, he really told me how old he was, and we had a birthday cake for him. But had we put all the candles on the cake that should have been on there and brought it out here, you people would have passed out from the heat. So let's bring Sammy up and bring James out. And Sammy, would you lead us in singing Happy Birthday, James Meredith? It's Stokely's birthday too. How about that? Hold it. Let me ask. How old are you?
Wait a minute. We need for the last 6 years, I've spent all of my birthdays in jail, see, and I'm trying not to spend this one in jail, so please don't jinx me.
Put him in jail, Lord.
Dick, hey, Dick, we have to move this mic back here, this big one.
This one?
Far back here. Driving. It's over.
Come on, brother.
Well, let's all sing happy birthday, shall we? Everybody.
Yeah, let's sing happy birthday your way, the way you say happy birthday.
Let's all sing it. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear James. Happy birthday to you. One more time. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday to you. Happy birthday, dear James and Stokey. Happy birthday to you.
Thank you, brother. Now let's say hello to James Meredith. All of them? Okay.
Thank you, Sammy, and all of you lovely people. I just want to say tonight, thank you. I want to say thank you to James Brown for coming here to be a part of this program. I want to say thank you to Sammy Davis Jr., Marlon Brando and company for coming here to be a part of this program. I want to say thank you to all of the other stars who will come here tonight to entertain you. I want to say thank you to all of those stars who wanted to come here tonight, but because of the short notice and other commitments, were not able to come here. I hope all of you realize, as I realize, that the entertainers in this country, especially the Negro entertainers of this country, have given more than any other single group of our people toward the cause of freedom. They have always answered the call for fundraising and for entertainment at the end of such events that we've seen in Mississippi for the past 3 years. At this point, I would like for everyone to give a hand for all of the stars. And now, I want to say thanks to a few other people. First, maybe we should mention some people that we don't want to thank. The man that shot me. But I want to thank all of the leaders of this country who came to Memphis and to Mississippi to take up from the spot where I left off and carry on carried on this march through long, hot Mississippi. And I can tell you, I know all of you will watch television like I did, and you saw Reverend Martin Luther King and all of the others over in Philadelphia, and you saw the people over in Canton 2 nights ago. I don't like what happened in those places, and I aim to see today and the day soon that those type things will not be a part of any place in the United States, including Mississippi. Now we want to say thanks to the people who are often overlooked. And those are the people who sweat their blood and give their all, but don't come before the spotlights. And that's most of the people that are out here. The people who was the long line. The people who marched today, who came from all over Mississippi to join the march today. To the old, and there were a lot of old people there, some even were fainting. To the women, although you women know I think you should stay at home and let us take care of you, but you've been Negro women too long. We know you ain't gonna do that, but I still like it. And just finally, I want to say thanks to those powers that are greater than all of us, who make it possible for us all to be here tonight. I like telling people how to run their lives and what they should do and shouldn't do, but tonight I'm not going to try to tell anybody that. We hope that day will come. right now, I want to say that this is the greatest birthday I've ever had in my life, and I cannot imagine of a greater one. I thank you.
Thank you very much, James, and happy birthday to you and Stokely. Now, I want to say something to you people back here. I want to say something to the people back here on the stage. When you was quiet and the people down here was making noise and standing up and we couldn't continue with the show, they got quiet and sit down. We understand that this platform will not hold everybody that's on it, and we can't continue with the show until some of you move back. So if you don't belong up here, as bad as I'd like to have you all up here to catch that bullet. And if any of you Klansmen way back over there in the bushes, get the tree. And I'll pay you. So somebody, give me a monitor back here, will you, to clean this stage off? Anybody don't belong up here, so we can continue with the show. Now, when I said that, I didn't mean for more people. Sit down, brother. Sit down there, right there. If I said a Klansman was back there with a rifle, would you run? Get it? So everybody that don't, please kind of come off to kind of protect us entertainers in case the stage falls in. I have a little kid up here that's been lost, and I've been knowing about it for 2 hours, but the reason I didn't say nothing about it, because I figured his mama take him home, I want him to stay out half the night. But come on up here, son. He's lost here. You enjoying yourself? You want to go home? Do you? You want to go home? Which way do you live? Don't go that way by yourself tonight. Wait here till your mama come get you. Did you come with your mother? I hope your mother didn't do you like my mom. My mom used to take me to the movie, and while I was at the movie, my mom and my daddy go and move. But they like you, don't they like you? Do any of you know this young man here? Or if you don't have to know his name, might be 7 people here with the same name. What's your name, son? Jimmy Lee Frank. I would hold him up, but I got a hernia, baby. I want him to get back home. Huh? Where is she? Your brother? This your brother here? Sammy, he said you his brother, so would you go home with him? Baby, y'all sure enough got into something. Okay, well, why don't you kind of work your way up here and bring him back down there. You sure this is your brother, right? You just ain't looking for somebody to take home with you. Because that's about as illegal as slavery. Is that your brother over there? 2 brothers. There's 2 of them coming up. Them your brother? Get on away from there. It's not funny. How'd you like laying in the hospital sick, really don't know what's wrong with you, and look out your window and there your friends digging a hole? But you know why I dig LBJ? Because he like us, baby. He's himself. That's right. You remember when LBJ was released from the hospital? And he walked down into the receiving room, and worldwide television cameras there. And what did he do? Reached down, pull up his shirt, and showed his scar. Barbecue sauce all over. And you know that upset a lot of people in London. A friend of mine called me from London. Said, what kind of president y'all got over there to show his scar on worldwide television? I said, baby, you better thank God LBJ didn't have a hemorrhoid operation. That's why I say LBJ, my man, baby. And you know what? You know when I felt sorry for LBJ? Don't give me no notes. Nobody give me no notes till I come off here. Yeah, brother. You know when I felt sorry for LBJ? When I read in the paper that we lost those 4 nuclear bombs over there in Spain. Now, I'm going to be honest with you. I would never wish no bad luck on my country. But I hope if we must go around losing nuclear bombs, I hope the next nuclear bombs they lose will be down here in Mississippi. Not on the white folks in our neighborhood. And we find them. Boy, we'd be sassy then, wouldn't we? I'd get that atom bomb and take it down to the state capitol, baby. No, I wouldn't do that. I'd take it to Governor Johnson's mama's house. Well, you can do that if you got an atom bomb, baby. And I'd stand out in front of our house singing, "We done overcome." And she would take one look at that bomb and come out, hug me, kiss me, and join me on the second chorus singing, "Y'all done done it, baby." Then you know what I'd do with that bomb? Then I'd take it to Washington, D.C. and negotiate with the president. Now, I don't have to tell you that I'd be dirty, do I? Man, I'd walk right across the White House lawn, stepping in Lady Bird's tulips, kicking them trees down, and I'd get right under LBJ's window, and I'd say, "Hey, is the Birdman in?" "Well, come on down here, because I want to talk to you after you wipe that barbecue sauce off your lips, boy." Oh, you can do a thing when you got the bomb. Oh, you know he'd rush down, clowning. I said, "Cool it, baby, before I get this bomb to the black Muslim."
Yeah, brother.
And I would give LBJ his bomb back after he made me president. And the next day I'd be president. And I'd be fair. I would. I'd get one white cat and put it in my cabinet. And since LBJ was good enough to give us the first colored cabinet member, I'd make LBJ my all-white cabinet member. I'd make LBJ Commissioner of Barbecue Ribs. Okay, we're going to move on with the show now. And again, I'd like to invite back up to the stand Mr. Wonderful himself, Sammy Davis.
Hello.
Hello.
Where are we?
Hello.
One of these mics won't work. Hello. When it is all settled and the names are written down, there have been many names, and many whose names will not be listed. The one name will be remembered, I'm sure, among those who gave, those who constructed, those who gave of their life, their time, their thoughts, every waking minute, because of what had to be done. And I would like to hear a big hand for such a man, Mr. Stokely Carmichael.
I know there are a whole lot of people in the back. If you smile, I'll be able to see you better. Now, you know what I usually say. A lot of people tell me they like what I say, but they don't have the nerve to say it, or they're not young enough to say it. Well, I'm young enough to say it. You know what I need to say.
Black power.
But I'm not going to say anything tonight because I came to party just like you. And I came to dig the show. But I want to see everybody, I'm talking about everybody, out there tomorrow so we can show them folk that for once we're going to stand up and tell them where it's at. I want to see everybody down there letting Paul Johnson know that black people in the state of Mississippi gonna carve out a space for themselves whether he likes it or not. I want to see black people down there from the state of Mississippi to let them know that we're tired working for $3 a day and we aim to change it. I want to see you tomorrow.
I want to tell you something. You know, a lot of people invite me all over the country to pick up awards. They say humor, your type of humor is solving the problem. I want to tell you one thing. We never knocked Hitler out with humor. Right. One day this year, I hope, the great researchers in the laboratories is going to find a cure for cancer, and it will not be through humor. I've always said humor is good after the march or before the march. Because we ain't going to solve nothing with no jokes. And if you check the history books, America ain't solved nothing with no jokes. So we out here tonight having us a good time. But we going to march on the thing in the Union. And when you see me out there, I ain't going to be telling no jokes. And don't ask me about no funnies. But we going to march on the system in the Union. And Sammy, my good friend, have to get a plane out of here tonight. And I really don't mean to put him on the spot, but I sure hope y'all make enough noise so he blow the plane and be with us tomorrow.
He's got a march.
You see, Sammy, we need you because we don't have no colored Jews in the line. Sammy, can you possibly, if they demand...
Yeah, brother.
Now, wait a minute. Sammy can't hear this. He can make it.
I would consider it a great honor to be a part of the scene tomorrow, but I have a commitment. I have to go to work. I tell you what, so what, baby, that's why I came tonight. Because if I didn't feel, I wouldn't be here. Now, that's where it is. There ain't no sense in me lying. I got to make my bread for my family like everybody else has, you know, and that's where I got to be. So I came tonight so I could be here. I wish I could tomorrow, but I can't. And there's no sense in me making a big thing about it and saying I'll be there and don't show up. Then everybody says, see, I told he was a jive cat in the beginning. But I'm here tonight for that reason, rather than because I can't be here tomorrow, but I wish I could. And that's as honest a statement as I can make. Thank you for understanding.
You know, I knew Sammy couldn't be here tomorrow, but I just wanted him to know that you wanted him here. That's all. You know, man, y'all feel safe up in them trees with the lights on you? Everything gonna be all right. Right now, we would, they safe in the trees. You know, if somebody shoots back up here, you cats up in the news gonna get it. Anytime one of you cats get shot for us, the news gonna get good. a cat called me up. You know what? You know, they called me up the other night when they was going to get tear gas. Hey, baby, you want some action? I said, yeah, man, you know, I always look for action. He said, the cat said he's going to tear gas tonight. Well, I don't look for that kind of action. Now, wait a minute, I ain't scared, but I feel hell being born black in America. I got enough to cry about already. You don't have to put nothing in my eyes. Again, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to bring up the great one, Sammy D.
I would like to introduce to you a great man in the movement, the head man in the Urban League, ladies and gentlemen. Let's hear a big Mississippi cheer for Mr. Whitney Young.
Thank you very much, Sammy Davis, Dick Gregory, the leaders of this great march, Stokely Carmichael, Mr. McKissick.
All right, now can everybody sit down so we can continue with the show? I'm trying to take it off. Sammy. I'm just Sammy. Where's Sammy?
It's okay. Come here, put your name on it and with everybody else. Come on, man.
Oh, there. All right, let's everybody sit down. We're going to bring Sammy up to do another number. You want another number? Well, tell him you want one. While everybody down there is sitting down, will everybody up here move back that don't belong up here? All right, let's get quiet again. Hey, be quiet back there. Before, will you all be quiet? Will you tell your neighbor next to you to be quiet? Now, I want to say to you, thanks a million for going by the ground rules, and the rules was, if anybody stood up, and you people got to sit down there, because those people got to sit back there, got to sit down. That's the law of the game. We will not continue with the show till you people sit down all the way down this line here. Come on, brother, right here. You sit first. Just make like you in church and you kneeling and you praying. And if sitting down means you can't hear the show, pray. You get some credit. All right, let's go here. Everybody here, either sit down or move over this way.
Hey, Dick, that's all right, man. We gotta get going.
We're gonna move. I just want to be quiet, baby. All right. I would like to say on behalf of all of you, I would like to apologize to Sammy Davis Jr. because we were so busy marching, we forgot to get drums, piano player, and whatever else goes along. And if you clap loud enough in apology, I know we don't need it, baby. I know we don't need it. And just say, we sorry. Give him a hand, because we are sorry. Now we're going to bring Sammy out again to give us a number which is very difficult to do without See, the reason I have to apologize, because if Sammy would have came in without his piano player, he would have apologized. Huh? You play piano? What are you saying? Say it loud, so we can hear you. So now we'd like to turn you over for another little tune, the great one, Sammy D.
Thank you. Once again, we're going to try this without any music. So, hey there, you with the stars in your eyes. Love never made a fool of you. You used to be too wise. Oh, hey there, you on that high-flying cloud. Though she won't throw a crumb to you, you think someday she will come to you. Well, you better forget her. Her with her nose in the air. She has you dancing on a string. Break it and she won't care. Won't you take this advice I hand you like a brother? Or are you not seeing things too clear? Are you too much in love to hear? Is it all going in one ear and out the other? As long as she needs me, I know where I must be. I'll cling on steadfastly as long as she needs me, as long as life is long. I'll love her right or wrong, and somehow I'll be strong as long as she needs me. If you are lonely, then you will know when someone needs you, you love them so. I won't betray that trust, though people say I must. I'm gonna stay true just as long as she needs me. Thank you very much. I need some hand clapping on this here. They heard the breeze through the trees, singing weird melodies, and they claim that as the start of the blues. And from the jail came away from a downhearted frail, and they named that as a part of the blues. Now from the whippoorwill
high on a hill. They took a new note. They pushed it through a horn till it was worn into a blue note. And then they nursed it, they rehearsed it, and then they gave out the news that the Southland gave birth to the blues. From a whippoorwill high on a hill, they took a new note. Yes, they pushed it to a horn until it was worn into a blue note. And let me tell you, they nursed it, they rehearsed it. When they were ready, they gave out the news that the Southland gave birth to the blues. Don't you know that they nursed, rehearsed, and gave out the news that the Southland gave birth to the blues? Yeah, yeah. Ladies and gentlemen, a man who came to join us, as he has so many times before, whenever he's needed, certainly one of the great stars in the motion picture field, a great man who just flew in from New York so he could be here tonight, Mr. Burt Lancaster.
It's always at a moment like this that I wish I could sing a song. Well, you all know why I'm here tonight. I'm here because I'm an American citizen. That's why. And it's my duty to be here. Because as an American citizen, I enjoy certain rights and privileges and protections. That is what we call the promise of a democratic country. And I think everybody is entitled to that. And we all know that the Negroes have not received that kind of...
Speak. Yes, bro.
They have not received the same privileges, the same consideration, the same equalities that their white brothers have received.
Speak.
And I think it's a blight on what we call the American dream. It makes it something of a bad dream at times. Now, maybe some of the people who come to see my pictures will write me letters like, well, we know you're not as good an actor as Marlon Brando, but you seem to be a pretty nice fella. Well, maybe if they think I'm such a nice fella, they'll think that the fact that I'm here means something. And they'll think about these things. And that is simply why I'm here tonight. To give what little support I can give by my presence, and to tell all of you that I believe in what you are doing, and that you must continue to do what you are doing, to make the white people of America understand not your needs and their responsibilities and their obligations and their duties to you as fellow American citizens.
Speak.
There really isn't much more to it than that, is there? It's the privilege of what we call being a man.
Amen.
That you have respect and that you are thought of something as worthy. That's all it is. I would like to see the same feeling. I like to have that feeling for what I do and for what I think I represent, and I'd like to see all Americans have that same feeling. That's all.
Thank you, Bert, baby. Hey, you know what? Everybody been coming up here telling everybody off. Y'all hold it, cool it. Hey, brother. When you stand up, the folks can't see.
That's right, brother.
Everybody been telling everybody off up here tonight. Now I'm gonna tell everybody off.
Yeah, go ahead. Hands for Dick Gregory.
But before I do it, we're gonna bring up Congressman Diggs and let him take a bow and give him a nice round of applause. Where is it, brother? Okay, Congressman Diggs, he's here.
He's coming. Here he is.
Congressman Diggs, ladies and gentlemen, my main man. Hey, brother. Thank you so much. Thank you. Now, can I tell everybody off?
Yeah, baby. Tell him off.
Everybody you told off. Wait a minute, hold it now. Shh. Hold it, wait 1 minute till the plane quit flying. Hello, brother. You ain't seeing no free show because we didn't charge anyway. And I hope you crash into your mama's house. Be funny if that's us, wouldn't it? You go home, find your cousin dead. You know what, let me tell you something. Baby, look, hold it for 1 second. Will you? Hold it 1 second. You got people down there trying to see. Ain't nobody rushing off nowhere. I want to tell you about an obligation. And I want to tell you, it's my time to tell everybody off. Now, baby, hold it, wait a minute, baby. Everybody was trying to get, we ain't worried about him. That's NBC, baby. All right, settle down now. I never knew Negroes and white folks got upset over helicopters. Hell, y'all making more noise now than you make when the Klan come in. That's cool. I want to tell you about your obligation. Baby, hold it for a minute. Will you? Hold it. Hold that piece of paper, will you? Boy. And you know why I asked you to do that? Not for me, but LBJ, when King sent him a telegram for help, he didn't give him none. But if LBJ was here tonight, you wouldn't do what you just finished doing. No, he wouldn't. I know better than that. I know what LBJ do to us.
Tell it like it is.
Do you know we are the #1 country in the world for freedom? And peoples all over the world cry out for freedom, and we fly in and drop bombs, and King sent the president a telegram for help, and he said, I can't do it. And that ain't funny, baby. That ain't funny at all. And I'm going to tell you why I'm here. Hold it, baby, for me. Hold it. Is it very important? Well, bring him on up here. You ever fella lost? Who is he? Bring him up here and let us show him off. Come on, bring up here and get on Candid Camera, man. They back there. They take Candid Camera taping the show for next week. Bring him on up here. Bring him on up here and we'll show him off and find out whose son it is. Bring him up here.
They ain't got that boy.
Oh, you have a boy that's lost. You in trouble. I got 5 kids, and I just talked to 3 of mine tonight, and they said, don't know where the other 2 is, and I said, good. Let me say this here. Anyone lost, would you come up here after the show is over, and anyone that's missing someone, would you go home? No, if you're missing someone, come up here. And if anyone's lost, come up here. And if you find anybody next to you that don't know where they are, where they're supposed to go other than a woman, bring them up here. Now I want to tell you why I'm down here tonight. Because James Meredith did not get shot in Mississippi. He got shot in America.
Yeah.
Because I know damn good and well that if James Meredith go to Russia, Red China, or India, they ain't going to ambush him, not because they might not want to, because they know America's not going to stand for it. And the only reason James Meredith can get shot like he did is because America will stand for it.
Right. Yeah, bro.
Now, this is the problem that we are confronted with today. And this is the problem that black folks and white folks got to understand we confronted with today. I might get drafted in the Army in the morning, and I got 5 kids to go to Vietnam to guarantee some damn foreigner instant freedom while my 5 black loved ones might get shot in Mississippi. All right. This is a problem that you confronted with today. This is a problem America's confronted with today. Now the day is over that Negroes can be tricked.
Right.
The day is over that these redneck crackers can be tricked.
Yeah.
And the only thing that's wrong is America keep telling us what Negroes have to do to get it, and they can't trick us no more, and they keep telling this redneck cracker, if you keep pushing him down, you're going to be all right. And what they fail to realize, that 20 and 30 years ago that worked, because 20 and 30 years ago Negroes and poor white folks had an empty stomach. Today Negroes and poor white folks got a full stomach, but we got a hungry mind. And a hungry mind will not tolerate the same thing an empty stomach did. Empty stomach deals on smell, and hungry minds deal on sound, and the brother ain't sounding right to us no more. And the day this man realized that Negroes and poor white folks is nature, then he might can trick. But as long as he's looking at us as Negroes, he can't trick. We got 19 states in America today, including Mississippi, that say black folks can't marry white folks.
All right.
In 1966. Now that's a good law if you can cover it. But that makes about as much sense as white America saying tomorrow, passing a law saying Negroes can't catch TB, cancer, or polio.
All right.
They can put the law on the book, but nature ain't gonna respect it.
Right.
If nature didn't want me to have a white lady, she'd have made her like a tree. I can't have sex relation with a tree.
Yeah, bro.
And a chicken can't rape my mama. And anything that nature didn't block, I defy man to block it.
All right. Tell him like it is. Yeah.
This is why we're here tonight. Because the man failed to realize that he's messing with nature.
Right.
Now, I'll tell you one thing. You can postpone justice for a few minutes, but you can't prevent it. And all you folks on that march today, you found out one thing. The Mississippi State Police can prevent violence anytime they decide they don't want it.
All right. All right.
And the only thing they don't know is we fixing to get into position to prevent it when we don't want it, whether they want it or not.
Mr. Evers, what happens to the Negroes of Mississippi after the leaders and the cameras leave?
That's a good question, but I think we're going to continue. I know we're going to continue to work on voter registration, desegregation of schools, and continue for equal employment as we have in the past. We feel that this march has hope quite a bit. It has encouraged a lot of Negroes from around the state to become more involved than they have in the past.
You were not so sanguine about the march in the beginning. What has changed your mind?
Well, actually, it wasn't I was against the march. I was just saying that, and I still say, we only want to march if it's going to benefit us, we who live here, and the march has done that.
What exactly has it done?
Well, number one, it has registered some 4,000 or 5,000 more Negroes, we feel. Number two, it has given Negroes in the territory which it has traveled and some encouragement, and some nerve, and some determination, and some willpower, and that's what we really need here, and some togetherness. We've organized local chapters in the different areas which it has passed through. We also have organized local people to develop local leadership, and that's what we need.
There is a show of unity tonight among the leaders of the civil rights groups. Is that going to last?
Well, usually when the chips are down, we're all together. Now, we're not just say divorced. We only have our difference of opinions and our different approach. But when it's time for us to put our shoulders together, we do that. And tonight is a good example of how we all can work together. And no one is climbing for publicity or for glamour, but just to be sure that the job is well done.
Mr. Rivers, you have worked for some time for Negro political power in this state. Will black power become your slogan, too?
Never in the history of my life, because I have never approved of any supremacy, black supremacy, not white supremacy. And I certainly am not working to go from one extreme to another. And although I live in a county where we outnumber them 3-1, we will never advocate black power. We will advocate equality for all, black and white together.
Do you feel that the slogan Black Power has damaged your efforts in raising resistance among moderate whites in the state?
I hope not, but it certainly hurt some. But I think that most sound-thinking people know that it's only vocal and verbal, and that's about all there's to it. Because any sensible person will know that 20% of a country certainly can't run 80%, just plain mathematics. And I think that most Negroes in Mississippi certainly want total integration and total freedom for all, not just for Negroes.
Integration is not irrelevant then, as Mr. Carmichael says.
But Mr. Carmichael only speaks for Mr. Carmichael. He doesn't speak for us. And I'm certainly sure that he doesn't speak for the mass of the Negroes, because we want total integration, equal for all, and justice for all of us, same as the whites have been trying to tear down and keep us down, and we're going to do the same thing, that we're just as guilty as they are. So I'm only interested in a government of the people, for the people, and by the people. That's all we want.
Thank you very much.
Charlie, baby.
Don't tell me about you got to go out, okay? Because this cat's tricking you, man. The cat just finished taking pictures of the moon. Did you see them moon pictures? But he want to tell us he can't get rats out the baby's crib. Now, a rat down here and the moon up there, you can get a rat out my baby's crib if you want to. And if you don't want to get the rat out the baby's crib, I'm going to get you out of my crib. Now I'm fixing to bring on my friend who's going to tell you about how much this have cost. And he's going to tell you where you reach down in your pocket. Now, if you ain't got no money, leave your kid. We sell him. But don't walk out of here just thinking tonight, because it would be an insult to all entertainers if you come here tonight just to see a show, baby. Because to catch the type of show Sammy Davis, in order to go to Vegas and see Sammy Davis, you got to have a whole fistful of money. And you go see him, he came to you.
Oh, Lordy, pick a bell of cotton. Oh, Lordy, pick a bell of tea. You got to jump down, turn around. Pick a bell of cotton. You got to jump down, turn around. Pick a bell of tea. Me and my wife gonna pick a bell of cotton down. Me and my wife gonna pick a bell of tea. You got to pick a bell of cotton. You got to pick a bell of tea. Oh, Lordy, pick a bell of cotton. Oh, Lordy, pick a bell of tea. You got to jump down, turn around. Pick a bell of cotton. You got to jump down, turn around. Pick a bell of tea. Me and my wife gonna pick a bell of cotton down. Me and my wife gonna pick a bell of tea. You got to pick a bell of cotton. You got to pick a bell of tea.
We have walked through the shadows of death. We had to walk all by ourselves, but we'll never turn back. No, we'll never turn back until we've all been free, and we'll have equality. We have hung our heads and cried for those like me who died for you, and he died for me, died for the cause of equality. But we'll never turn back. No, we'll never turn back until we've all been free, and we'll have equality, and we'll have equality. Dog, 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 my dog, love your dog, and your dog, love my dog, and my dog, love your dog, and turn your rabbit dog, love my dog, and turn my dog, love your dog, and turn your dog, love my dog, and turn my rabbit dog, love your dog, and your dog, love my dog, and my dog, love your dog, and your dog, love my dog, and your dog, love my dog. And then why can't we sit on the apple tree? You walk with me, Lord, you talk with me. Well, why don't you hold my hand and tell me you understand now? Can't you see that you and me will be so happy? Sit on the apple tree. My dog was saying one day, dog, dog, chicka, dog, dog. Now down the hill about on the hay. Dog, dog, chicka, dog, dog. Now my dog, he came along, huh? Dog, dog, chicka, dog, dog. Say, let's get together and eat that bone. Dog, dog, chicka, dog, dog. Then why can't we sit on the apple tree? You walk with me, or you talk with me. Well, why don't you hold my hand and tell me you understand now? Can't you see that you and me will be so happy? Sit on the apple tree. My dog, I love your dog, and your dog, I love my dog, and my dog, I love your dog, and your dog, I love my dog, and my dog, I love your dog, and your dog, I love my dog, and my dog, I love your dog, and your dog, I love my dog.
His name is Charles Anderson. Well, his parents first son and got him at the time. And his brother's name is Charles Anderson, who was lost. But they put it was his parents first son to the Sunday. Thank you very much.
stand up. Okay. Yes, Bill.
There he is. How you doing there, Bob?
Okay, all right. Go ahead and break everything up. Hello, test. All right. Are you ready? This is a mic test. This is a mic check. A mic check. A mic check. Is that a cue? With the entertainment, this was a show, too, of unity for leaders who have been unable to keep their differences from showing. The long, low boos for Whitney Young of the National Urban League. Repeat it. Try it again. With the entertainment, this was a show, too, of unity for civil rights leaders who for 3 weeks have been unable to keep their differences from showing. The long, low boos for Whitney Young of the National Urban League gave a sample of the momentum of this march, an impatience with the long run, a need for soon and visible action. John Hart, CBS News, Tougaloo College, Mississippi.